We good now? We might be good now. We'll give it a go. Everything seems to be working correctly now. Kind of having some issues getting going today, but let me just do one last little check. Think we're good. Yeah, I think we're solid. Sorry, little hiccup getting going today, but I think we are good to go. So let's jump back into Roadcraft. I want to keep this up just so I can keep an eye on it. But all right, let's go ahead and get this delivered. Sorry for the little delay today. I'll have to figure out how YouTube's actually going to list that. There was a little bit of stream we were having some issues with while we were getting the beams loaded up, but you know, I think we're good to go now. Everything seems stable and solid, and everything we need is good. So. Just make sure this is the way we got to go. That is not the way we need to go. We need to go the other way. Okay. Alright, well, I hope everybody's having a good day. Hopefully you're having a little bit better of a day than I am, trying to get this stream going, but we are rolling now. Everything is proceeding smoothly once again. So right now we're on our way to deliver the metal beams that we need for the lava quarry. And that is going to give us a new set of tasks to work on. Alright, we can go ahead and get these delivered here. Alright.
Looks to me like you'll need a base. And Lakeside sounds like a prime location. How about you bring over the truck with those repair materials from the gas station? That way, you'll have an operational base right where you need it. Best camping spot for miles. Let's drain this flooded salt mine. First, you'll need to haul the pump over to the entrance. Then, you'll need to restore the electricity.
Alright, so now we need to set up the drainage system for the salt mine. Let's go ahead and get that done first. So that is going to open up this area. It's just going to make it a little easier to traverse. So we need to get an object. The object, I believe, is right down here. Yes, it is. So we'll go grab that object, get that delivered, and then we have to run some cables. So. I think we're officially in business now. And away we go. Alright, so we gotta go get the pump. We're on our way to go get the pump. After we get the pump, we have to run electricity, and then that mine will start draining. That'll open us up for some faster travel. And then after that, we need to embark on an adventure to set up a lakeside base. So that'll be the next objective. Let's go ahead and grab the water pump. Alright, we got that loaded up. Alright, let's go. Alright, once we get this pump taken care of, we're going to take a look at what we need to get Lakeside Base up and running. That'll be the next objective. So, pump first, then cables, and then we plan. And plan we shall. Figure out how we're going to tackle this on hard mode. Probably going to have to do some bridges and probably running some sand and stuff. So, we'll get that all figured out. Oh, I never actually strapped that down. just noticed it bouncing as we're going up of the bridge there, so. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just take a shortcut through the lumber pile here.
Mines. All these years and I still hate even looking at them. Sorry to vent, but this job sometimes just gets to me. Maybe I'll tell you more someday. People who say time heals all wounds haven't had any real wounds.
And Kelly's spitting facts. That is kind of a depressing thought, though. Anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and get this dropped off. Okay, next thing we need to do is run the cable machine. So where's my cable machine? There it is. Alright, let's get this thing over to where we can start running the cable. Probably should move some of this stuff out of the way, but it's fine. We dropping frames again? It's not my day today, is it? Alright, I think we're back. Are there like issues with YouTube streaming right now? it's so inconsistent with the random frame drops while I'm trying to run the stream. Just incredibly inconsistent. It was... Can't find anything. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but we are getting just kind of random drops, which is not very fun on my end, because I want to make sure my streams are the best quality possible, but there's only so much I can do on my end. There's just some like random packet loss or something going on right now, and I don't know what I can do to fix that. It's kind of intermittent, so probably just gonna have to deal with it today. It's better than it was when I was trying to start the stream, but still having some issues, so we'll just have to see how that goes. But for now, we have some cabling to run. Now, if anyone's wondering, I have decided the castle is going to be its own stream later. We'll do the castle later, but for now, we're just going to work on the primary objectives and try to just get some more map progress. Try to get some money, maybe we can upgrade our vehicles. We are getting close to being able to get another vehicle, which is kind of awesome. So. That done, go ahead and confirm, and that's done. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is set up a lakeside base, which means we need to start working on this side of the map. However, we have some slight issues. We do have a sand quarry down here that we're going to need access to, but we can't get to there because we need to get across this bridge. And there is a bridge missing right here that we're going to have to replace. How many is a wide concrete bridge here? 10 slabs for a wide bridge. Let's just do a regular bridge, I think. For now, 10 slabs is kind of a lot. But I can do 4. I really like the wide bridges. Okay, the regular bridge is going to be fine. I think that'll be fine for now. I don't have to go very far with it. So, we need to go get some more concrete slabs and get that going. So, what do we have at the concrete slabs factory? We've got none, which means we need to go scrap some cement. There is a bunch right here. We can go scrap some concrete and make our way over there. So, let's go ahead and jump back in the mule. And now this is nice and empty. We can actually just kind of drive through here really nice. So, don't have to worry about getting sunk in the water. So let's go ahead and make our way over to where all that concrete is. Let's get some loaded up, get some over to the factory, and we need to get 4 slabs over to that bridge so that we can start exploring over there. Alright, let's go ahead and get some of this concrete loaded up. Have this one. It's not the one I was aiming for, but it works. Oh, there it was. Okay. Not you. Alright, I'll grab this one. I'd like to get one more piece in here. Wanted this one that's kind of leaning against the truck. It kind of fell off. Oh, there it is. There we go. Let's grab this one. There we go, we got some concrete loaded up. Let's go ahead and turn this into slabs, and we'll see how many we wind up with. The magic number we're looking for is 4. 4, so we can build the bridge we need. That gave us 6. Alright, let's grab 4. That one. Let's grab this one. Alright, we got one more to grab. Let's go ahead and get this one. Before we head off to deliver, we're going to make our way over to the garage here to go ahead and get fuel topped off before we go. That topped off, and let me just take a quick moment before we get going. Make sure everything's set up properly on the stream. Looks like it is. I'm not seeing any additional frames dropping for now, so I think we're good. I think we're good for now. Alright, we are underway. Alright, let's go ahead and get going. We have this concrete we got to deliver. We got to build a bridge. And away we go. So we got a couple of steps before we can actually really dig into this project here. The first thing is I got to get the bridge built. And then once I get that done, I'm going to grab the scout. And we're going to make our way over to that area with the scout. Kind of scope things out. See what we need for hard mode. There is a quarry over there. And I'm pretty sure there's a big mud pit that we're going to have to go to if I remember right. So we'll have to kind of scope it out. See what the job is going to entail to get the... lakeside base vehicle delivered, and then kind of go from there. So we definitely got quite a bit to do on the agenda today. And we're going to try to get as much of it done as we can as we continue to work through the grueling map that is Sunken. Alright, we are almost to our bridge location. We get this bridge built, then we can start moving into the exploration stage of this project. Kind of feel out the scope of things and kind of go from there. Nope. I got an achievement. Oh, that is my 30th bridge. How about that? Okay. Could have sworn I had more bridges built than that, but that works. Alright. Alright, we're going to park the mule here for now. I do need to get... Oh, sorry for the crazy zooming. We need to get the scout over here. I need to open up this area to the sand quarry. Actually, I could probably do that with the mule as well. Actually, I could probably do a lot of this with just the mule. Yeah, let's just stick with the mule. Instead of trying to bring the scout all the way over here, let's just go on a mule adventure here. See what we can come up with. Let's head on down. I want to scope out this quarry. We also have this production facility down here. We got to get this train car moved out of the way, though. Alright, we got that moved out of the way. And then I'm going to head on down to this quarry. I want to scope it out. Probably going to need to get familiar with bringing trucks down here for sand. Which the quarry does not seem too bad to get in and out of right now. Yeah, this isn't that bad down here. Okay, this works. We can make this work. We can definitely make this work. I do want to get a scout over here, though, and really kind of open up this map a little bit, though. Just so that we just kind of have a little bit more that we're working with. In terms of the visuals around the area, in case we need to get some routes set up and stuff like that. But for now, that is good. We can get to the quarry if we need to get some sand for a project up here. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way back to the main road and see what we can come up with. Alright. I really should be using the scout for this scouting, but... What is that? That is a very dangerous road. Down into the quarry. Probably not a good idea to take that. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we are working with here. Okay, the rocks have got to go. The rocks have got to go. Alright. No, that one's probably fine. This one's got to go. Alright, we got that one out of here. That one's fine. Let's grab this one. This one. Yes, we can. Right now, I just need to get all these rocks out of the way. And I'm thinking we're probably going to want to put some sand down here and smooth this out. How is this? I think we have a nice clear path now. Not ideal for moving the trucks through here. But we have a clearing. We have two options here. I can bring sand trucks and we can put some sand down here, or I can just bridge it. We can just put a bridge down. Seeing as I just have the mule right now, and this quarry is... It's kind of far. But we don't really need like a ton of sand. Let's do a bridge. No, we're gonna sand this. We're gonna put sand down. Let me go ahead and grab the rusty bicycle. Not the crane. We need the dump truck. There we go. I'm pretty sure if I use this truck, that should give me all the sand I need to get across that gap, and then we can just kind of flatten it up and kind of go from there. Don't be spilling sand on me now. We do have a bit of a long journey with the bicycle to get this over there, but I think getting this big load of sand here, I think will be exactly enough to get across that gap. I need to check something real quick. Alright, let's continue on our way. I don't think we're going to need to pave it at this time anyway, but I at least want to get the sand down and get it flattened so we can at least get the truck over there that we need to open up the next outpost. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of a shortcut here in order to get this truck over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this thing over to river base and retain it, and then I'll be able to pull it out at the tunnel base, which will move us a little bit closer to where we need to take this thing. And hopefully it keeps all the sand in it. If not, not a big deal. There's a quarry on the way that we'll be able to stop at. So Alright, here it is. Let's go ahead and refuel. And where is it? Roadworks. I want to retain. Let's retain that. And over here at Tunnel Exit Base, go ahead and deploy. There we go. This will be the first piece of the puzzle. After that, I need to go get the dozer. We're going to have to grab the dozer so we can go ahead and flatten the sand out. It does not like high gear. Probably not going up the hill. I think once we get off the hill, they should be able to put it in high gear and get some movement going. Yeah, there we go. And the narrow bridge is not a problem either, which is great news. We got the rocks cleared out, which is good, which means we can put the sand down, get it flattened. Should be able to get... Stop! 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 At least I didn't lose any sand. That's a good thing. High gear is a little too much for that corner, I guess. There are just like a bunch of little rocks here. Probably get those moved out of the way when we bring the dozer over here. I don't think these are a huge problem though. Alright, we are approaching the job site. All we have to do is put some sand across this gap here, so... was perfect, actually. I think we need a little bit more right here. So we just put the rest of it down, and there we go. Alright, that is the sand taken care of. We got plenty of sand there. Alright, we need the dozer now. Wherever it is. Where is it? Oh, it's way over here. Okay. That's right, I was using it over here for this La Rose Quarry. That's the last time we were using the dozer. Been a while since we used the dozer here on Sunken, so time to get back at it. We've moved away. The last couple of sessions we've done in Sunken since we did this was all just moving cargo around and kind of just doing a lot of exploring. So we're kind of back into construction mode now. It really has been a while since I used the dozer on this map. I did not expect it to be sitting over there. That's alright. There's my other dump truck. That's sitting right there. Also good to know. Alright. And just like we did with the big dump truck, we are going to refuel, retain, and redeploy. So we want tunnel exit base. It's just going to save us a little bit of driving time. I mean, that potentially cuts out 6-7 minutes of just driving across the map, so I'm okay with it. Doesn't cost anything to do that. You just have to drive it to a garage, and then you can just pull it out at another garage if you need it, so makes it it's still then possible to kind of just quickly travel your vehicles around, even though you're on hard mode. You just have the one restriction of having to actually bring it to a garage to do that, versus just having the free recovery. You can just kind of recover the vehicle from anywhere to get it to a garage if you need it on normal mode. So, am I gonna fit under here? Somehow I am. Okay. I was kind of worried we'd get the bucket caught on the framework there, but we're all good. Where does that go? There's like a rickety wooden bridge over there. That's kind of neat. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Alright, I want to go ahead and get some of these rocks in the middle of the road here just kind of moved out of the way. I don't think they're super troublesome, but if we can just kind of just push them out of the way just a little bit here. There's a couple more over here I want to get. There we go. That'll clear out some of these rocks if we need to just make the road a little smoother. Alright, let's head on over to our sand. Let's get that flattened, and then we'll go ahead and grab the mission truck and see if we can get it up the road to the base, or if we still need to do some work. These ones. And there's still just a ton of rocks on the road here. I don't think these little pebbles are going to cause any troubles, but we'll just kind of move them out of the way just in case. Alright, let's go ahead and get this area flattened up. I want to do just one more quick pass just for good measure, just to make sure it's all super good here. And we'll just push some rocks out of the way. Go, getting these rocks out of the way. Another batch of rocks up here, we'll get these moved. And then after that, we're going to jump in the vehicle and see if we can get over to the base. Go ahead and park right here for now, and let's go ahead and jump into the mission vehicle. So right over here. And off we go. Oh. That is why I moved the rocks out of the way. There we go. We got the rocks moved out of the way. We got a nice smooth road here. We got some flattened sand. I'll just zip right across this. And delivery here. Alright, we got Lakeside Base now. And that has pretty much just opened up the rest of the map that we can see here, so.
I'm sure there'll be more. Can you plot a route from the nearest pipe manufacturer to the production facilities? We also need to bring some steel beams to the unfinished passage inside the salt mine. Those walls need reinforcing. Oh, and something else came through for you. But it's optional. Looks like the Montville administration needs your help. If you're feeling generous enough to lend them a hand, grab the gas tank from the Lakeside Base and take it to them. Then you could sort them out by plotting a route.
Okay, we've got some missions to work on here. What is this side one? Damage trolleys. Okay, restore operations at the Montville administration. That is a route, object delivery, and building a road. That actually sounds like a lot of fun to do. Let's see, what else have we got? We have 4 main objectives. Steel pipes to the production facility. That is down here. That is a route from... Oh, from here. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to have to collect 10 steel pipes. Ooh, that's going to be a doozy. Let's see. We also have access this way. We do have to get this road done so we can get access over here. There was a bunch of pipes right here. There's like a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 pipes right there. So that's half the pipes. We just have to pick them up. But in order to get those over to the base, we have to either take the long way back through this way, which we really can't do because I had to run the cable through here, which kind of really destroyed this this route there. So probably going from this base over to here, probably not going to be like super viable unless we use like a really more powerful truck. And then we also have steel beams to the unfinished passage. That is going to be another 10 beams. So we have a lot of scrapping materials that we're going to have to get done here. What is this route, though? Okay, the route just gives us some money. But I can actually set this route up. Let me see my completed requests. I'm actually going to turn this off because I need that route to go. You're not running. You need maintenance. We're going to dispatch and cancel. That's done. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this route to the pipes facility. We can actually just get this done right now. Where are these trucks coming out? They're coming out there. You want to go this way. Why do you want to go this way? That's such an inconvenient angle. What? interesting. This is a terrible angle. I don't think this is gonna work. I think they're gonna get stuck if I do this, but I'm probably gonna have to change those initial points around a little bit. But we shall see. Got to send this around the bend here. Well, we'll send them on their way and see what happens. I think we're going to have to do some rethinking with the approach on this route, though. But it's probably going to be okay. Will they actually make the turn I need them to make? They can! That fence was breakable! Alright, we're good. They're good. We're golden. It's a little hectic, but they're able to make the turn. The only other spot I am slightly concerned with is this dirt road, but I think they'll be okay with the dirt road. So, we need a lot of materials. We also have road to build. We have road to build. There is a sand quarry right here, which is actually kind of perfect. Because I already have the dozer and sand truck over here. So we can actually just get this loaded up right here. Somehow we can get that loaded up. Over at that sand quarry, and then get working on that. So we definitely have options. We also just need like a ton of materials. We need a lot of materials. But I definitely think we should probably just get the road and the route done. Because if I can just take the road over this bridge here, over into Montville, that is... Oh, the route failed. That is going to save me a little bit of time on scrapping resources, because there's a bunch of pipes here, and there are some beams right here. So that is a good chunk of materials, 5 each, that we won't have to actually scrap anything for, which will save a little bit of time. So I need to figure out where the route failed. Where did the route fail? Where did you fail? Was it just a bad... I think it was just a bad angle here. Or they... I think they're just getting stuck here. They're kind of just pushing each other through and just getting stuck. Okay, that is another dilemma. So I'm going to have to actually do some work in this section. The previous route I had here was probably different vehicles that could actually get through here. We're going to have to actually put some sand down and actually do that to get this route going. There's a lot of options here. I think our best bet is to just focus on the Montville job here. Got to deliver that over to Montville right here. And we need to build this road and set up the route. So it's kind of what we're working on at the moment. Let's go ahead and jump in the vehicle. See if we can find a way to get to that that quarry. That'll be the first step, getting the sand down. When we get this route done, that's just going to open up a lot more options. This is also going to make it easier to tackle the castle mission later as well. Which I have a feeling the castle is going to be an entire stream just doing that one. That's kind of a pretty brutal job trying to get the route going to the castle. So that's probably going to wind up just being its own stream. Just, hey, today we're going to do the castle. But I need to get the sand. Here's the quarry. Okay, that's the sand. I don't know if there's like a better way to get up here. It's kind of just really muddy over there. But at least we found a way to get up. And we can get down. That was a fair bit of sand. How about that? Alright, let's go get some more. Alright, here we go. I was trying to get as much coverage as I can. I just hope the sand isn't laid too lightly. I think it'll be okay, though. Especially when we start flattening it out. I think it'll be alright. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. That's not what I wanted to do, but that's not going to hurt anything. Alright, that's starting to look pretty good. This is not starting to look pretty good. Let's get out of the mud here. Nope, I can't drive over that. That gets me high-sided. Pretty sure every single time I've tried to get up this hill, I have taken a wider and wider turn and just missed the actual turning point. Alright, here we go. This should be the last load of sand we need. Then we just need to flatten it and then get the equipment hauler ready. I gotta bring the paver and roller over. That'll let us get started with the next step of the project. I'm going to leave this little bit of sand in the truck just in case we need to do some overflow maintenance. But let's go ahead and grab the dozer. This will be the first step. We get this road done. That's just going to open up our traversal options so we can start getting those materials and things like that ready. And then I am going to have to do a little bit more maintenance on that route that we tried to set just a little bit ago. So do a little maintenance on that. But shouldn't be too bad trying to get that set up. So. Alright, let's go ahead and get this flattened. See if we got enough sand here or if we need to go grab a few extras for just a couple of these little spots here, but I think we'll be alright here. It's actually looking pretty good. We'll push some sand this way, and that should help even it out just a little bit. But I'm not seeing any, like, glaring gaps in the sand like I saw when we were originally putting the sand down, so that is super helpful. Alright, one more for good measure. There's just like one spot here I'm like a little concerned with, but I think it's okay. I think there's enough sand here that it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, we can go ahead and park the dozer for now. And we need to go ahead and get equipment moved over. So, it is time to buy a new vehicle. So, what I'm actually going to do is buy a vehicle. And the vehicle I wanted to purchase was the Zix Heavy Equipment Transporter. I wanted the better version of this so that it's just a little bit more efficient to move my vehicles around. I have decided this is going to be the second vehicle purchase of this little career mode here, so we're going to go ahead and buy that upgraded version of this vehicle. Mostly because like the one I have is like stuck over here, and I also wanted a better version of this vehicle anyway, and now I have two of them. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this deployed. There we go. We have the better equipment hauler now, which is just going to make it a little easier to get equipment moved across the maps. And then it's time to start saving up for another vehicle. But what I need to do first, I need to go get my dozer, or not the dozer, the paver and roller. We need to get those. We need to get them loaded up and over to the job site. Alright, there's our equipment. I just need to get kind of turned around a little bit here. That'll work. I'm gonna grab the paver. There we go, I got it. Wasn't wanting to cooperate there for a moment. Alright, we got the trailer loaded up. The equipment is ready to go. We just need to bring this over there and start paving. But before we do that, I am going to take a short break. I'll just be gone for about a minute or two. And then I'll be back. We're going to haul this equipment over there. We're going to get this road paved. And that is going to set up our infrastructure to start collecting resources and getting these other projects taken care of. So I'll be right back. And when I get back, we're going to be getting a lot of stuff done. So see you in a few. Alright, everyone. I have returned. Let's bring up the game and let's continue our adventure. I will not be doing the retain and move strategy that I've been doing because that just means I have to reload the trailer again. So we're actually going to just drive this one over this time and put this new vehicle to the test here. So far, so good. I think this is a good investment. We use right through here, thank you. All right, here we go. Now that we've hit the main road, we can just bring this stuff over. So here's what I'm thinking I'm going to wind up doing with these, because I have two equipment haulers moving forward. We're probably going to have, this one here is going to be dedicated to any logging adventures that we need to do. Just this one is going to be a little bit easier to haul the logging equipment. And then the other one I have, when we get to other maps, is probably going to primarily be used for paving equipment, moving that around. And we'll just try to take advantage of having 2 equipment haulers to move stuff around. And we're almost to the job site. We can get paved and go from there. Alright, little snag on the railroad tracks, but that's quite alright. Let's go ahead and I need to get this moved out of the way. Alright, let's unload and get paving. That actually paved really nice. How about that? Okay, next thing we need to do is jump in the roller. This way. We need the roller. Alright, let's go ahead and get this road rolled. And then from here we can go ahead and plot the route and start getting equipment moved over. Alright, road request, infrastructure request is done. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the route. We'll get the route underway. Start getting these vehicles moving. Along our nice paved road here. We need left here. There's a pipe broken there. Trying to go in between the rocks here. Let's get that. Alright, we're gonna have to go around the block here. Alright, with those underway, it is time to jump in the mule next. Gotta go back to the mule. Let's go ahead and make our way over to Montville. We gotta go grab the object and get that delivered. The gas tank, so Montville will be up and running, and then from there it is scavenging resources. We got a bunch of pipes, and we got some beams that we need to not just pick up from that little spot where we've got some available for pickup, but also to craft. We have to craft. We will have to salvage, and we will have to craft. A lot of stuff. Let's start over here. Let's go ahead and grab this propane tank that's sitting over here. Alright, before we continue, I'm going to go ahead and just head on over to the garage. We're going to go top the fuel tank off before we go. Just since we're here, might as well. And now we take this over to Montville. I think I'm probably going to need the big crane to do that whenever we get to that pipe request, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. There's the trucks. Where's this guy go? Alright, there we go. The Montville administration is up and running.
At this rate, Montville won't be much better off than a flooded village. If it goes under, so do half of our operations there. And our hypothetical bonus. If you can spare a moment, plot a route from the lakeside base to the relief camp. Then deliver an ample amount of concrete slabs. Montville is still dry on fuel, but I have a way to fix that. Drive the semi-truck from Montville to the oil station that needs fixing. It'll be used to tow the tankers.
Okay. Oh, these are both side objectives here. Relief camp. To the relief camp. Okay, that's deliver vehicle. Where's this route go? Lakeside base to workshop. Lakeside base to workshop. How do I get to workshop? Huh. I guess we bring it down this way. But I mean, this is all just totally destroyed over here. Which means we probably have to do some additional roadworks down here to actually get the workshop accessible. Because I don't think I can just send it... I guess I could send it this way. So they can go down this way. Let's try it. I don't think this is going to work. I think they're probably going to get stuck going through this. But there's a chance, I suppose, that they just get through here. You never know. It's worth a try, because then I can at least see like what they're getting stuck on. I know I was gonna like work on a different project, but then this popped up, and I'm like, let's see what we got going on here. It'll kind of give me some indicators of what actually needs to be done. I'm also going to put a marker down right here. Put an orange hazard there. So I know I have to do some maintenance there. Oh, these are Vorons. This is going to be no problem. Yeah, those are going to have no problem doing that whatsoever. Okay, that route is fine. That is perfectly fine. But we do need to store a bunch of concrete slabs. So we have slabs that we have to store, the beams we have to deliver, and we have to store steel pipes. So we have a lot of materials that we need to actually store. This one, we've got a truck right here that we need to bring through here. But there's a lot of pipes and scrap metal there that are going to need to be moved in order to get that over there. Plus this is totally destroyed there as well, so interesting. Very interesting, which means I'm going to need a bridge from here to here. Let's see here. You know, I did get the logging equipment in Communicado already, so we can probably put that to use. That's fine. Not really, but it'll work. I just want a regular bridge. Oh, that's way narrow. You know, this will probably work here. That'll probably work. 7 logs. 7 logs. We can get 7 logs. We can do this. I am just now, like, I had the plan. I was gonna, oh, we're gonna fix the road, and then we're gonna get the pipes and the beams going, but now I'm just like, logs? Trucks? Move? Side quests? So, we're gonna do some side quests, apparently, so it's all gotta get done. Let's go to the garage. Let's go ahead and grab the tree machine. I should be able to harvest trees right here. We can get these harvested. I just don't feel like doing another concrete bridge because I need to get 10 slabs for another job. It just would be like a lot to try to do all that. So, let's see if any of these trees can be cut down. They can. Perfect. Let's see, where do I want to stack these? I think we'll just stack them right here. We need 7. We need 7 trees. Yeah, as if we stack the trees here, they're not going to interfere with the routes and stuff that we're working on, so we can just stack those right here and get those loaded up when it's time to get those loaded up. We got log number 4. So we need 7 trees. That one is grabbable. This one is also grabbable. I really like the logging equipment. This is so fun to use. That is 6. We just need one more tree. How about this guy right here? And don't worry, I'm going to get rid of these stumps as well. So we got a nice pile of trees here, and we got some more if we need to do more logging. We got a nice little logging setup here for trees. So if I go, there should be a good dozen trees or so here that we can still cut down if we need to. Let's go ahead and grab the mulcher. Just to make it easier to get more trees. I'm sure we're going to need more bridges, more trees, all that fun stuff. So. Alright, should be one more stump to get rid of. And then we're in the clear. Route failed the workshop. I think they probably dug some ruts in because I didn't do any maintenance on that route at all. Alright, we're going to go park the mulcher right over here. Alright, let's take a look at that route. You fail at. Can we dispatch this now? Why can't I send them on their way? What? Why is it not letting me send these trucks on their way? Do I have to redo the whole thing? Oh, maybe because the objective is already done. So it's technically got like, oh, your route is done. Even though I don't have all the objectives yet, so I won't actually be able to send this on its way, I don't think, until I finish the objective that it's tied to, which is to store concrete slabs. So we'll have to get some concrete slabs to actually clear that objective out. But I'm going to finish what I'm working on here with the logs, and then we'll go do that from there. So I need to go get my log hauler. Let's get these logs loaded up, get that bridge delivered, get that truck dropped off. And see what we got. Okay, we just need to get these last two loaded up. Hopefully I'm in range of one of them at least. Or both of them. I don't know how this works. Man, I really enjoy loading logs. This is such a good idea. I know it completely detracted from the original plan of what I was going to do once I got this road done, but I saw an opportunity for logs, and I had to take it. There we go. Alright, now where is my delivery point? I know I have to go over the road over to Montville. And then I just need to head to the right. Over there. Alright. Let's go deliver some logs. And there are so many options, so many things we can do now. It's kind of just like pick and choose what you feel like working on. You know, I mean, our main options right now is, do we salvage pipes, beams, or concrete slabs? You know, that's kind of the decision we're going to have to make at some point here. Pipes, beams, or slabs. And I chose logs. Like, we got all these materials to salvage, to scrap, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do some logging. So we're doing some logging, just kind of changing the pace up a little bit here. Which is fine. We do have a nice little logging setup right outside the base there, which is pretty nice. There's a good cluster of trees that we can use for logs and stuff. So, so just so everyone knows, tomorrow's stream, I usually do a 6:30 stream on Tuesdays. Tomorrow's stream, I'm not sure. It's definitely not going to be at the regular time. I might try to do like a midday stream tomorrow or something. Or there actually is a good chance there may not be a stream at all tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can fit it in tomorrow, but if not, I will get a stream in later. And I am now stuck. I can't go this way. Unless I can push this. Can I push it? That works. We can push it. But yeah, I'm not sure the status on a stream tomorrow. If I don't get a stream in tomorrow, I will definitely have an additional stream during the week. But that's just, it's kind of up in the air at the moment. Oh, this is not very nice. I thought this was fine to drive across. This is anything but fine to go this way. What in the world? This did not look that bad on the map. But it is pretty awful through here. I think I'm probably going to need some more logs. Alright, so that works to get this over here. But all of this is in really, really bad shape. It's either going to take just like a ton of sand or something else to get through here. But you know what? Let's send it. Let's just see what happens. It's bumpy, but it is mostly paved. This is either going to work or I'm going to completely regret this. There's like no in between. Okay, I am completely regretting this. Alright, perfect. We got the semi-truck stuck. Oh, you know what? There's a path over here. And a path over there. I just, like... Wood bridge? No, that doesn't quite work. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, well, this truck is stock. So, the only way I see is by bringing it through the factory and coming through here, and then I could take this down, and then that bypasses all the crap, and then I already got the bridge there. So we're just gonna have to find a way to rescue this truck out. Probably just yank it out with the mule. So I set myself up with a project, and we have all kinds of projects to do. So unfortunately, I am running out of time for this evening. It has been a really fun stream. We're actually really starting to dig into the meat and potatoes of what is Sunken. So we're going to go ahead and just jump into the meal for now, because this is where we're going to pick up next time. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We did some logging. We got some cargo moved. We got some roads built. And things are really shaping up here in Sunken for some big progress. So I think next time we pick up Sunken, we're going to be really focusing on just getting resources salvaged and moved around. I think that's going to be the focus. And then we'll circle back to this truck and everything else after that. So we're going to focus on the beams, the pipes, the slabs, get all that stuff taken care of in the next Sunken stream. The next time we stream Roadcraft, however, we will be jumping back to Incommunicado. Like I said, I'm going to try to get a stream in tomorrow. If I can't, I will probably have a stream on like Saturday or something. Just a little extra stream for the week. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see you at the job site. Bye-bye.